Coming up next on This Week in Torrance, the Torrance Unified School District delivers their annual State of Education address. We'll tell you how the district can thrive in tough economic times.
And planning a summer vacation should include more than hotel reservations. We'll tell you about a free home security program offered by Torrance Police.
Plus, Form and Function meet at a race to inspire middle school minds.
Then we'll tell you why these ladies have a good time as long as they're singing. These stories and much more are just seconds away.
Your local news starts right now.
Hello everyone and welcome to This Week in Torrance. I'm Jin Chun.
And I'm Ben McCain. Thanks for joining us. Here are your top stories. California's safe surrender baby law saved another child recently. A mother turned her newborn girl over to the county this week after giving birth at a Torrance hospital. As with all surrenders, the Department of Children and Family Services took custody of the baby and will put her up for adoption. The county's Safe Surrender program allows mothers to give up newborns at fire stations and most hospitals as long as the baby is no more than 72 hours old and shows no sign of abuse. The goal of the program is to discourage mothers from abandoning their babies in unsafe conditions. Since the program's inception in September 2001, 86 babies have been turned over to the county. The last baby turned over in Torrance was in 2005 at Providence Little Company of Mary Medical Center. For more information on the Safe Surrender Law, go to babysafe.ca.gov.
After a week off for the Memorial Day holiday, Council was back in chambers for their regular meeting.
The city is applying for a $400,000 grant. These federal funds would create, launch, and market a web-based multimodal trip planner for commuters. So if you want to carpool, take mass transit, bike, or do all three, a new computer function could help you plan your trip. The money would be received over a 5-year period, and the city will work with the South Bay City's Council of Governments on the grant application. And the Centennial celebration is growing thanks to more generous donations from local organizations. The Centennial Committee accepted more than $20,000 in donations from groups like Providence Health Services, Torrance Memorial Medical Center, and the South Bay Sunrise Rotary. They're also using money from their own committee funds, all of which will be appropriated for the city's effort to win the 2011 All-America City Award. While most delegates are paying their own way to the award ceremony in Kansas City, these additional funds will help pay for Pediatric Therapy Network's parents and children, as well as Torrance Sister City Association exchange students. Later in the show, we'll tell you how you can help Torrance win a special All-America City Award. Also at the meeting, Council held its first public hearing and budget workshop on the city's proposed 2-year 2011 to 2013 operating budget. Before hearing from the public, Mayor Frank Scotto reminded everyone that the city has made consistent cuts to its operating budget in an effort to avoid severe shortfalls that many cities around the country face today. Scotto also emphasized the fiscal responsibility of Council and other officials by delivering balanced budgets and rejecting the use of reserve or borrowed funds. This was the first in a 2-meeting process. The public is invited to attend the second hearing and workshop on Tuesday, June 21st. You can also view the city's proposed budget online at torranceca.gov.
And Council will be dark on Tuesday, June 14th.
If your wallet is feeling a little heavier after a visit to the gas station, that's because gas is getting a bit cheaper. The average price of a gallon of self-serve regular gasoline in LA now continues to fall, and it's getting close to or below the $4 mark. The ongoing decline dropped the price to 5 cents less than 1 week ago and 28 cents lower than 1 month ago. Analysts credit these drops to the declining cost of crude oil, but don't get too excited about filling up. The average price is still almost $1 higher than just 1 year ago.
Well, here's a way to save gas. Stay off the 405 in mid-July. Both directions of the freeway will be closed for 53 hours beginning the evening of July 15th, ending early on the morning of July 18th. The northbound 405 freeway will be closed for 10 miles between the 10 and 101 freeways. The southbound 405 will be closed for 4 miles between the 101 and the Getty Center Drive exit. And don't try to use Sepulveda Boulevard as a way into the valley. Officials say the road does not have the capacity to accommodate accommodate both local and diverted freeway traffic. Sepulveda Boulevard will be used as an alternate route for local resident access only. Caltrans is predicting a horrendous backup and suggests that locals find another part of LA County to explore.
In 1956, the city of Torrance garnered the All-America City Award. This year, Torrance is one of 26 finalists for the 2011 All-America City Award. The award is handed out by the National Civic League, and winning could help the city's economic development by giving it a tool to retain and attract new businesses, residents, and visitors. Torrance is also participating in a special All-America City video competition through Facebook. The video with the most likes on the All-America City Facebook page will be declared the winner at the award ceremony on June 17th. To win this additional award, the city needs your help. Here's what you can do. First, visit the All-America City Facebook page and click on Like. Then click the video icon on the left side of the screen and go to the video page. That's where you'll find all the finalist videos. Click on the City of Torrance video to watch it, then click on the word Like that appears once it begins. And afterwards, spread the word. The Torrance delegation is hoping to bring home both awards after the ceremony in Kansas City, and CitiCABLE 3 will be there covering the complete event. Coming up at a new competition, high school students share scholastic strategies and life lessons with middle schoolers.
And whether you're out of town or out for the night, we'll tell you how small measures can keep your home safe.
That's after the break.
Something's happening to the polar bear. Arctic sea ice is melting away. 2/3 of the world's polar bears will be gone by 2050, and the entire species could be extinct by the end of the century. Go to SaveThePolarBear.org today.
Did you know that right now there are 129,000 children in foster care waiting to be adopted? That's a lot of kids, but I'm sure there's enough love in America to help them out. The National Council for Adoption is helping kids find permanent families through a program called Families for All. What can you do? Go to familiesforall.org. You can make a difference in the life of a child.
It's America.
Summertime brings the return of programs so many of us love, and now one of them brings art lovers to a new location. Reporter Vanessa Linares has more.
If you're looking for art at the beach, you may have to look elsewhere. Art at the Beach has now changed to Art in the Park. Every first Sunday of the month through October, South Bay artists will display their work at Columbia Park.
We weren't getting as much exposure as we thought it needed, and so Hope was putting feelers out, and she was working with the city. They wanted to promote Columbia Park, and we thought this would be a perfect place.
Art in the Park is hosted by the Torrance Artists Guild, but includes the Craftsmen's Guild and the Watercolor Society of South Bay, as well as collectively they all showcase and sell their work.
So actually this is a place where people with lots of talent can show that talent off to the public, and the public can purchase products for a very, very good price to hang in their home.
Art in the Park is an opportunity for Torrance residents to enjoy a day out, view original work while supporting local artists.
You can find a variety of artwork and talent displayed here at the park, ranging from paintings to even pottery.
Walking down the art path, you can also find a collection of unique fine art, contemporary art, jewelry, handmade garments, and handcrafted work.
Well, that's why I come here. I like the serendipity of it. You never know what you're going to find. You don't come looking for something, you just know it when you see it.
I'm Vanessa Linares, reporting for Torrance CitiCABLE.
For more information, visit torranceartistguild.org.
As we told you earlier in the show, at their last meeting, Council reassured residents that budget cuts will help Torrance in the long run. And at the annual State of Education address, school board members also reassured residents that the district is thriving despite cuts in federal funding. Reporter Jennifer Wade takes us there.
The event kicked off with musical performances, followed by the State of Education address, which discussed Torrance Schools' budget, standings, and where they can improve.
93% of our funding comes from the state of California, and they dictate how much they're going to give us. In fact, it's dictated by Proposition 98.
While we have yet to find out how much funding our schools will receive from the state of California next year, our school system looks to other sources for funds.
I made it my goal the first month. I told the mayor and the superintendent every school in this district is going to have a partner. And I was so happy when we were able to succeed that.
Adopt-a-School Partnerships of the Year were awarded to Virco Manufacturing, Outback Steakhouse, and Torrance Memorial Medical Center. It was the first time in 8 years that every school was adopted by a business. The goal next year is to have multiple partners for some of the schools in need. In addition to partnerships and the Adopt-a-School program being honored, high school scholarship recipients were recognized.
Ever since I'm pretty sure first grade, I've always wanted to be a teacher just because I love little kids and I just want to make an impact on their lives.
6 high school seniors from North, South, West, and Torrance High were awarded scholarships through the Torrance Area Chamber of Commerce. In addition, the Education Foundation is doing all that it can to come up with additional money to help the schools.
Torrance adult schools have generated $1 million to put into the K-12 budget.
The adult and summer school programs were created by the Education Foundation. The excess revenue generated from these programs allows the foundation to give back to the schools.
Recently, we've given $361,000 to put Wi-Fi in every school in the school district, so I'm kind of really proud of that.
Also, the 2011 American Honda Save Our Schools campaign partnered with Torrance Unified, raising $325,000 for classroom intervention and enrichment teachers. Despite the education budget being cut 20% the last few years, Torrance Academic Performance Index is increasing. At 96.2%, our graduation rates are nearly 20% greater than the state's average. This is Jennifer Wade for CitiCABLE.
And for more information on TUSD funding, go to TUSD.org and click on the link Torrance Schools Excelling in Tough Times.
According to the Federal Bureau of Labor Statistics, finding a job is easier with a bachelor's degree or higher. Your chances increase even more when that degree is in technology. So Torrance educators are working to keep students interested in science and math. And one way they're doing that is with the All Middle School Race and Elegance Contest. Reporter Jacqueline Shepard explains.
Don't blink. If you do, you might miss the hard work and creativity students put into creating these race cars.
Well, I thought of how a dragster in drag racing moves, and I used that design to make my dragster.
But this isn't just for fun. It's a competition that tests 7th and 8th graders on how well they apply what they've learned in their technology class.
You study expansion of gases in 8th grade science. This is all about expansion of gases. It's about speed, mass, friction, overcoming problems of friction, which are all engineering terms, but directly applicable to the science class.
Today's event was fast-paced and a lot of fun, but the hope is 20 years from now, students will look back and see this moment as a stepping stone towards their success.
Most people don't remember the shop classes as was vocational education. It's almost all gone now. And what this is kind of a throwback to teach students engineering skills, very basic engineering skills that either help them get a job or pursue an engineering degree or a science degree in the university.
This was not a class that was assigned to students, but one they eagerly chose, and for very specific reasons.
Because it was better for life skills.
Well, I thought it sounded cool to do wood shop because, like, I've never really used a woodworking tool before, so it was really interesting.
And so did Honeywell Technologies. The Kashmir Middle School partner employs more than 19,000 engineers worldwide, so it's no wonder representatives were on hand to see how the engineers of tomorrow are shaping up.
I think it really translates some of the core skills they're learning in school, math and some of the sciences, into something that they understand more, something that they're making, and it teaches them a little bit of pride of craftsmanship. We're happy to see these people advance and maybe someday be co-workers or even competitors.
There's only one factor that goes into winning the drag race: speed. But winning the elegance portion of the competition takes a little bit more finesse.
She really took the time to round the corners and make it symmetric. Her finish, her paint was excellent.
It's for my dad, for his racing company, West Coast Speed. That's why it says WCS on there. And I'm a very colorful person, so I put many colors on there.
The contest is designed to spark interest and keep students enthusiastic about science, math, and learning. And this race to the top is a win-win.
Build a better, faster car that will actually win next time.
For Torrance CitiCABLE, I'm Jacqueline Shepard.
And you can get a behind-the-scene look at building these cars by visiting YouTube. Simply search for Widget Boys with a Z, not an S, or Widget Girls, again with a Z, not an S, to see what it takes.
Another healthy competition encouraged young minds. These kids were also encouraged by older students with important lessons to share. Once again, reporter Jacqueline Shepard has this report.
In E, nothing, an atom is a solid ball.
2 years ago, Tricia Monahan started a study group for her son and other Towers Elementary School students. The hope was to inspire their critical thinking, but these students wanted to take it one step further.
The pentathlon is really the kids' idea because they're the ones who wanted to be competitive.
Now the academic pentathlon is in its second year, and it's not easy. Here, students are questioned on everything they've learned from 1st through 5th grade.
I basically went over all the work we did over the years and stuff to make sure that I know everything.
The first year, only 2 schools participated. This year, there are 3. But with 17 schools in the district, organizers are hoping there are more to come.
We tried to get more schools, but since it's all volunteer, it's really difficult to find parents who can find the time to do this.
Students who participated this year received a special treat. Their questions were created by West High School's academic decathlon team.
It was really fun actually because it took us back to our elementary school days, and then we sort of took a look at the curriculum and what kind of questions we would have to create for the children, and so it was a nice experience.
Becoming a part of West High's decathlon team had a positive impact on Aaron.
When I entered high school, I realized that I probably needed to stop procrastinating and learn some time management skills.
And organizers are hoping these students have similar results.
Well, we hope that they learn how to think using their higher level thinking skills and problem solve, and also give them a sneak peek of what high school is going to be like if they want to join an academic pentathlon team.
Well, I've been thinking smarter, trying to do more math, and I've been getting better all around. You study for this, you answer the questions, you get good at it, and then that's pretty much studying.
To be successful in this competition, students had to be disciplined in their studies, and all of them hope that discipline will help them in the future.
By listening to the teachers more and reading my books and just studying, because it's really fun. It helped me a lot by helping me with my grades and all that stuff.
And helping students academically is the single objective. For Torrance CitiCABLE, I'm Jacqueline Shepard.
Thank you, Jacqueline. And to find out how your child's school can participate in next year's Pentathlon, contact the school's administrative office.
As families consider where to go on their annual vacations, they should also consider their home security while they're gone. Reporter Shantae Passmore tells us about a free program that may help.
Mike Fales knows a secure home means a peace of mind. And when he heard that the Torrance Police Department offers home security inspections, he knew what he had to do.
I was willing to sign up right there.
Torrance Police began offering this service in 2008. It's true that burglaries are common anywhere. Local authorities decided to approach the crime trend differently.
We want to see how we can assist the citizens to keep themselves more safe. So in doing so, we found ways that we can just help them situate their houses to where they can do a few things that are usually minor.
You don't need to do a total revamp in order to better secure your home. Even getting a simple wood stick and painting it the same color as your doorway will help deter intruders. Police officers come to your house with a checklist. They inspect both the inside and outside of your home. Even your landscape is looked at. The recommendations are usually common sense solutions. Law enforcers say, regardless of where you live, these crimes are really crimes of opportunity.
I would say the number one thing that people just don't do that they should is keeping their doors and windows locked.
That's not the only thing you can do.
things like keeping your shrubs trimmed back, keeping your doors locked, having good quality locks, keeping your windows shut and locked when you're not in the house.
Putting our lights on timers, so they come on at random times and not just leave a light on, because somebody sees a light on, they go, well, that light's always on.
Fales installed double pane glass on his back door for better assurance. Still, securing your doors alone doesn't necessarily mean that your home is totally secured. It just means you have secure doors. Think of securing your home as putting a jigsaw puzzle together.
The larger you build your puzzle, the more impenetrable your house is going to be. And it's going to make a would-be burglar look at your house and say, you know what, that's just too risky. I need to go somewhere else.
This service offers great incentives, but police officials say they're not inspecting as many homes as you think.
People don't take advantage of this opportunity like I thought they would when I came in this position 2 years ago. But in the first year we had it probably about a dozen, and since then maybe 15 or 20 per year.
Since the inspection, Fales has told friends and family who live in Torrance about the free service.
Oh, they think it's a great idea, but I think I'm going to have to remind them again to call.
Officer Farley says only a few cities offer this inspection nationwide, and he hopes neighboring South Bay cities will soon follow. For This Week in Torrance, I'm Shantae Passmore.
To schedule an inspection, call the Torrance Police Department's Community Affairs Division at 310-618-6391. Coming up after the break, we'll tell you how locals who encourage disaster preparedness can be recognized for their work.
There's a movement afoot. Arthritis is America's most common cause of disability. Walking just 30 minutes a day can ease joint pain, improve mobility, and stop the progression of the disease. Start moving now to prevent and control arthritis. And let's move together to raise funds for a cure. Join the movement and participate in the arthritis walk in your area. Log on to letsmovetogether.org and start moving today.
Making the world a better place is an intricate puzzle. And piece by piece, the women and men of Rotary have worked hard to fight hunger, promote literacy, and move the world toward peace. But there is still much to be done, still some missing pieces. And one of those missing pieces is you. Learn how you can help Rotary put together a better world at Rotary.org. Rotary, humanity in motion.
If you know of an individual, business, church, school, or neighborhood that has done something extraordinary when it comes to disaster preparedness, consider nominating them for the annual Disaster Preparedness Awards. Nominations will be accepted by the Torrance Police Department now through Wednesday, June 15th. You can find nomination forms on the Police Department's webpage at torranceca.gov/TPD. Awards will be handed out in September.
And early Head Start families, listen up. The Pediatric Therapy Network, or PTN, is holding their quarterly boutique, and families can browse items and take them home for free. The boutique will be held at PTN's office on Friday, June 24th from 4:30 to 6 p.m. The boutique is also in need of donated items like clothing, car seats, and strollers, and they're looking for boutique volunteers as well. For more information, contact Candace Lafisi at 310-328-0276.
On Sunday, June 26th at 1:30 p.m., the Torrance Historical Society is hosting a free walking tour of Old Torrance. The docent-led tour begins at the Torrance Historical Society and Museum, located at 1345 Post Avenue. On the hour-and-a-half tour, you'll learn about Torrance's historic landmarks, like the original City Hall and Nativity Church. It's an easy, brisk walk covering 8 blocks, so wear your comfortable shoes and sunblock. For more information, call 310-328-5392.
And finally, these ladies know a thing or two about having fun. Reporter Shantae Passmore explains they're happy as long as they're singing.
These women are not part of your typical show chorus.
People oftentimes think it sounds almost like there's instruments, but it's really just voices.
These voices make up the LA Southtowns show chorus. And they're not just wearing colorful skirts for no reason. They're getting ready to put on the show as long as we're still singing. For months, the women chorus has been preparing for this show, and this year, they're not holding anything back.
As Long as We're Singing is a brand new show. It's an all-singing show. We typically do a scripted show, kind of a musical theatre type production, but this year for the first time in a long time we're just doing basically a concert.
The basic concept is similar to the old-time variety shows of their heyday. The show begins with upbeat songs followed by a famous sea shanty. The show is guaranteed to feature popular songs from the past, like the sway song made famous by Dean Martin, Mama You Quiero. Marta Bailey is playing the lead role of Carmen Veranda in the song.
I think I can do a little bit of shtick. I like to be funny. I've always liked to be funny.
The show will also have special performances from the South Bay Coastliners and Sierra Sound, and crowdgoers are receiving a rare guest appearance. Carolyn McLean managed to get a world-acclaimed winning quartet to come out of retirement just for the show. Some audience members may even recognize Bob Hartley.
I'm the lead singer of Metropolis.
Metropolis retired 2 years ago. At least they thought they did. That is until Caroline McLean asked Bob Hartley if the group would be willing to participate in the show. So, is it safe to say that Metropolis is back for good?
I don't know what's going to happen other than we're going to sing this coming Saturday at the 2 p.m. show, and after that, I don't know.
Although Hartley says a Metropolis comeback is uncertain, it may be out of their hands, and other performers keep returning year after year for 2 reasons.
I think it's a love of music, and if you have that kind of inside you.
The other wonderful part about the chorus is the friendships.
This year will mark the first time the show is coming to Armstrong Theater, and the only time the show will perform. For This Week in Torrance, I'm Shantae Passmore.
And the LA Southtown Show Chorus performs As Long as We're Singing at 2 p.m. on Saturday, June 11th at the James Armstrong Theater. For tickets and information, go to lasouthtowns.org. And that's going to do it for us on This Week in Torrance. But before we go, we'd like to take a moment to pat ourselves on the back at the recent Southern California and Nevada chapter of the National Association of Telecommunication Officers and Advisors, also known as SCANATOA. CitiCABLE won Best News Program for our weekly show.
That's great. Congratulations to the photographers, editors, reporters, and producers who work so hard on This Week in Torrance every day. I'm Jin Chun.
And I'm Ben McCain. If you've missed any portion of our show, you can catch us again at 11 a.m. and 6 p.m. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.